Oh man, oh well, blues looks a bit different. Hello everybody and welcome back to a bit of Hearts of Iron 4. And today, once again, we're looking at a new nation. Yeah, Paradox has once again decided that there needs to be more nations in this game to eternally torment me by having loads of people now comment, you need to update HOI4 A to Z. Thankfully though, I think we can technically get away with this one, because it technically is not a starting nation. Also, a big shout out to everyone that's been subscribing recently. I have noticed that you've all been keeping up to date and following along the channel, and because of that, guess what? We're also still nowhere near 900,000 subscribers, so if you could all hit the sub button, that'd be great. At 900k, we'll do a whole week of rewards. We'll also go ahead and do HOI4 A to Z. We'll do every single new starting nation in one video. That's right. We're gonna play as Jordan and Kuwait. You know, I just feel like I've always been wondering what exactly Ahmad al-Jabbar al-Sabah would be doing in 1936, but I guess if we hit it, you'll find out. But no, for today, we need to play a new nation in Xinjiang. You know, just to torment me a whole bunch, we're going to turn historical AI focuses off and have an absolute horrendous time today. You know, honestly, I think I've made so many promises for 900,000 subscribers that I genuinely might have to disappear off the internet. There's no way I'm going to keep them all. Oh, if only there was a tool for that. That's right, a big shout out to today's sponsor, Incogni. Incogni is an online service that can actually help you take back control of your online presence. Having your private and sensitive information floating about on the internet being sold and traded around by data brokers isn't cool. Incogni tracks down and removes your personal data from multiple sites, including online directories, people's search sites, and even commercial databases. And also there's a completely automated removal process. You can also go ahead and do custom removals, meaning if there's some information left over that you don't want on the internet, you can send it over to your dedicated privacy expert with a simple link, and they'll take care of it. Incogni really does let you take back personal control of all your information, keeping you safe from scammers, identity theft, and just making sure stuff that's out there that you don't want to be out there is easily removable. So if you go ahead and sign up with Incogni today, you can get yourself a 60% discount by using my link, incogni.com/iSorrow, clicking it down below, and it's also on screen for you to see. So go ahead, use code iSorrow, link on screen and down below, and take back control of your personal information online today. Thank you very much, Incogni, for sponsoring the video. Okay, after successfully disappearing off of the internet, now I can get back to playing our brand new starting nation in HOI4. Guess what? It's not starting nation, but it is the Kumul Khanate. So the way you actually play is, I'm sure you could just technically release them, I think, off the bat, but you do get an event pop up not too long from now as Xinjiang. And, yeah, I just deleted the army. What we want to do is, I'm already taking a couple little focuses that I want the AI to do, because eventually I will have this land. But we want to get down to march into Khotan down there. That is what is going to spawn this new secret nation. And whilst it's definitely going to be a painful game today, it is also going to be a rewarding one if we manage to pull it off, because there is something very cool about the Kumul Khanate. There we go, the second Kumul rebellion. With our march against Khotan starting, Yulbars Khan has announced his support for Mahu Shan and called for rebellion against our administration over Hami. With this, there's a lot of words in there, wasn't there? With this, we now fight on two fronts, and this actually gives you the option to turn your coat on Sheng Shai Ke and become the Kumul Khanate. And here we are as the absolute Chad that is Yulbars Khan, the wild horse. Now, I won't lie, the focus tree for this isn't anything different, nothing spectacular, and definitely, well, it's not going to help us too much in what we have to do. We only have a couple unique focuses, and they are over here. The things that make this nation interesting is that we can get cores on all of the Mongolian stuff over here, and we can also unite the Turks, on top of being able to core all of China, which, yeah, that's a lot of land and a lot of cores. First off, though, we are doing our land grab against the remnants of Xinjiang right now, which is also why we deleted the army, if you could not tell, but we do obviously have to compete with the Khotan Ma down here, and he's looking pretty serious. Here's the annoying part, though, they do get Soviet volunteers, so we're going to have to just try and keep them pinned as long as we can so that we can run up and get that VP, and I think they should capitulate. Oh, never mind. Did not even need to take that. And look at that. We've got an amazing 17 points. Oh, boy. Oh, we did manage to take these 2 states. We couldn't get the one with actual resources, which does suck. But I think all the industry that we got from the focus tree actually was up here anyway. Okay, I'm talking some mad. I'm hyping you up pretty bad here, Yulbars Khan. You can't immediately just get a flu. Okay, so going down our focus, we got ourselves a war goal on the Xinjiang Ma. Now, we do want to wait a little bit because obviously we do have a non-aggression pact, but also the time that we need to actually get a few more troops out to take them down. Plus, you know, Yulbars Khan has currently got the sniffles. Oh, interesting. So the Chinese Soviet Republic actually offered me to join the United Front, which they formed. I'm not too sure if I want to join that, though. It might help us a little bit, but also we're going to have to fight all these people anyway, so I'm just going to say no. Okay, I think I will go ahead and probably do cooperation with the nationalists and get down to power struggle this time around. Fighting them is, sure, it sounds pretty fun. Doesn't sound fun, does it? And depending on what Japan's actually going to end up doing anyway, potentially we won't have to worry about them, but it does look like we may have to actually worry about them. Yep, we're going to have to worry about them. But yeah, either way, I think we're just going to go ahead and usurp China at some point. Okay, here's a question though. Can we actually break these guys with what we have here? It's obviously really fun terrain to fight in, and also I'm doing it with nothing but cavalry. Alright, looks like their units up there. I'm assuming they have way more units than that somewhere, though. I think I saw they had 1 to 5, 2 to 4, so not that many. If we get them in a good province, we can just force attack and get them out. Okay, just saw something a little worrying. Japan's going in completely historically on China, which ain't perfect at all. Man, seeing that 92 red, that's... What a fun fight. Okay, well, that wasn't too bad. Now, if we look who's actually in the United Front here, it's not that good, because I think if technically Communist China capitulates here, isn't it just them who needs to capitulate? I think if that's the case, it could be so... It's so over, bros. Okay, we gotta hope something gets, you know, a little spanner gets thrown in the works somewhere for the Japanese, because if they do capitulate, it is literally so over. Oh, wait, hold on. There is a spanner in the works. Hold on a second. My boy, he did it. Go on, Pui. You know, I can't even join the Republican government anyway, because they have not done the dang guo. I don't know where the dang guo is. I have no idea where the dang guo is. Yeah, apparently they can't even do it whatever path they've done by looks of things, so don't need to worry about that, which does mean we will be going with the battle for China. I don't think we're going to fight them though, but we will proclaim and do our power struggle down here. Well, I mean, we will fight them, but we're going to have to wait to see what we get with the warlords. If a whole bunch of them join my side, I'm just going to go straight in on China, and I think we could potentially get them. We'll see though. Okay, that's really weird. The Japan actually just beat Manchuria there, but left them alive. They didn't even puppet them. Why did you do that? Man, you know, I wish I could actually just justify stuff right now, because I would just go straight into Mongolia and Khanate, because the, you know, the USSR had a change of leadership. I could do it, but unfortunately, I can't. Okay, I think we're about to see a bit of a red Europe as well. All right, moment of truth. Am I going to get lucky in any of them? Oh. Ooh. Okay, we got enough. Man, does that just completely mess up the Japanese as well? It does, because they just released them back out into the world. But yeah, if you didn't check what we just got there, okay, we got plenty. We got plenty. Most importantly, we got all of these guys on our border here, which would have been really annoying to invade, obviously, because this ain't really great terrain. But we also got the Northeastern Army. We got these guys up here. I don't think we didn't get Yunnan or those, but I do get war goals for them if I really wanna. And then we didn't get Shanxi, but this also will help help the Chinese against Japan, I should say, because they're gonna have a bit of a tougher time with their invasion. But also, maybe I should just go in now. Oh, you know, actually, can I do anti-opposition campaigns? Because I could do that on Shanxi or even the CCP. That'd be kind of funny. I don't think the CCP counts a warlord, so I don't think I can do it on them. But I could definitely do it on Shanxi and get this province, I think. Ooh, although actually, no, I won't because I don't own these guys, do I? I think I need to actually own them, and it's going to take a while for me to annex them. My God, China is just getting rinsed today. What are you guys doing, man? And ouch, my eardrums. Oh, they just formed their big communist faction, I think. And yeah, there's the 4th International down there. That's hold on a sec. We got the 4th International, the Northern International. What's going on? Yeah, but a lot of communists now on the map. I think we're just gonna go in on China. It's gonna be really annoying because we're not gonna be able to get any of this land for cheap, as a lot of it, I believe, yeah, like literally we only have 1 core, and it's that right there. We don't get any other cores, so we're gonna have to pay full price on a peace conference. I've got like no equipment or manpower either, so I'm just gonna have to have to borrow a few you boys for the front. There's 51 divisions we can put to a great cause. Okay, so what I'll do is I don't want to get the Chinese capitulate too much, or else I'll just go in on Chinese, the Chinese Soviet Republic real damn quick. But obviously I need land and points, so we're just gonna go in on China first, try and get as much as we can. Hopefully it'll even matter, and then we'll go all in the CCP there, try to get a few points, maybe even fight the Japanese straight after. If I knew that China was just going to be this much of a pushover this game, I would have gone the other side. By the way, 100% proclaim rival government would have been way better, because we would have got the cause and actually got something at this peace conference. But currently, with our 3% participation, probably won't get jack. Well, it's definitely one of the peace conferences of all time, so you may be confused about a couple of things. First off, why the hell do I only take Nanjing? Well, I can actually still proclaim and do my power struggle because, guess what? I forgot that the Hebei Kaha actually starts with Beijing. So, if I just spend all my points on Nanjing, we can get all our cores on China. Cool. Also, yep, that big yellow thing. China did release their puppet. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to make things even easier for us in a way. I also can't really get Mongolia anymore because the 4th International has expanded quite a bit. Also, okay, what? Someone just... Who's that? Does Germans have a puppet in Manchuria? I mean, what? Okay, this way you just don't play non-historical, I guess. But yeah, we need that power struggle if we are going to win at all here. It is very important. I do have a non-aggression pact with the Japanese for a little bit. Not long though. Oh my God, I am in a communist world right now. Is this just Germany that's just spawning all of these? Because I forgot they can do that. Oh God, what is happening? Okay, yeah, someone please destroy the Germans. That'd be great. Okay, got our new focus tree. Very important. Now, we are going to go and obviously do the Chinese Empire path, because if we actually do it as the Yuval Khan, the great boy himself, we actually get a unique name. Okay, we kind of lucked out. I used my spy just to get another non-aggression pact with the Japanese. I think they'll actually just keep accepting these over and over again, because now fighting the Allies and also actually, were they fighting the communists as well? I think no. Okay, they're not fighting the communists. They're just death warring the Allies right now. So I think we've got a little bit more time. Let's see. Actually, if I just cancel this, will they accept another one? Okay, +1. They will. Okay, cool. It's definitely going to buy us a lot more time. Don't want to wait too long though, but we need to build up, and like it ain't easy if you look at what land I got. As soon as we annex our vassal over here, which I am working on though, we can continue our focus and then also get a whole bunch of factories over here, because there's a lot in Beijing. All right, we are going to YOLO, of course, and to dominate Japan. You never know. All right, I think someone gave me the answer at one point, and it's actually like a 5% chance that they say yes, and I'm going to hit it. No way! I was joking. I was literally Oh! Wait, I didn't get these guys though. They're just free and independent, but I do. Fellas, it's never been so bad. Did they say yes? Why did you say yes? Okay, we need to go to war with China, like, now. Like, right now. Wait a second. No, they are a puppet. They are a puppet of me. Chinese Japan is not a puppet. How do I go to war with them? Okay, I figured it out. We're just going to justify them. We're going in. Does that mean, like, Manchukuo's free as well? Okay, they're free. oh, this is such a mess. Again, if someone wants to tell me the odds of that actually working, feel free, because I think it's also based on the seed of your game as well, so they will have already decided when you boot the game up, which is just hilarious that they actually, again, said yes. Hilarious as well. I get like no factories from having Japan as a puppet, which it would have been really helpful so I could actually go ahead and start annexing these guys. Also, I have no generals. I literally, I'm not ready for what's coming. So I think that is the second or third time they've ever accepted doing from that focus the Dominate Japan one, and I do it every single China game just for the gamble of doing it, and I think that is like the third time they've accepted. I've played a lot of China games. Also, shout out Graveyard of Empires. Why is Partisan still a thing? What is this? How is it still in the game? Why are there two of them? I don't even have the convoys to get like my Japanese troops off the mainland. That's the funny part. I had one, and I sent it to the Hebai Kahar to try and get them annexed quicker. Here you go. I'll buy some Latvian ones. How long is that going to take to get here? Quite a while. 15 factories for 40 convoys as well. Jesus Christ. Can't even declare them because I have divisions in their territory. Where? Where do I have divisions in your territory? Oh, okay, but I do the Tibet one, and they're defiant, apparently. You kidding me? This shouldn't be a difficult war either way. These guys do not have, like, any troops, and good to see they've taken care of partisans there. Definitely a bizarre conquering of China, I'll give you that. But it is a conquering of China, and we are actually gonna get it done. Yeah, Yulbars Khan went, like, full 10 points into luck this game. Okay, now because everything is a core, should just be able to do that, and no one's even gonna fight me for it. Yeah. All right, now we're also fighting Menguku, and that's the only other person I can fight that's not in a faction around me for now, at least. But yeah, we got a little bit of time to build up again. Well, I could join the Allies, I guess. I think we're probably gonna end up fighting the Communists at some point, but it looks like the Allies actually they got this covered. I don't know if they'll need my help at all, but sure, should I join? Sure. For now, we'll join for now. Yeah, just gonna focus on getting everything annexed now because I actually want to do my focus tree so I could show you the whole point of this video already. Hey, finally annex them, and yep, there's all the damn factories. Okay, so I think we want to save this focus until we've done something later, but we now need to move to actually reforming Greater Mongolia, which does mean we're going to have to fight the 4th International. Yep, it's another China or Japan game where we're going into Siberia. All right, first off, before we do that, though, I am going to make sure that I annex all of my puppets over here just so that we have a nice front line to go in. Actually, I don't think it matters if we wait around for that. Either way, I do want to flip, though, to a different ideology, just because you can get a weird name before the name I actually want to get, which isn't that surprising if you could see what that decision is. I mean, we're bringing Mongolia back. Well, I get the feeling actually we might get kicked out of the Allies for that, but I don't particularly care too much about being in it, so it's fine. Actually, I guess before we float, we should try and get our ports back. I don't know if the Allies are going to be too inclined to do it if we switch ideologies. I'm not too sure if they'll do it anyway, but I guess we'll give it a roll. I mean, I've been lucky so far, so you never know. Hold on a second as well. Yeah, I love how France says they're non-aligned, but that political pie chart is telling me that you've made your decision. You just haven't committed to it yet. Oh, France is on board. Portugal is on board. Japan's on board, and the British are on board. Thank you very... Wait, I think... Okay, Okay, Japan just gave me everything back, base. All right, goodbye, Japan. Thank you for being, just... well, you seppuku'd yourself. Lack of a better term, you did my job for me, which is great. Oh yeah, also that name change we were talking about, whole national referendum, boom, there you go. We're now the Chagatai Khanate. It's not gonna be the last name we're gonna go for though. In fact, I'm actually gonna change immediately now into the Empire of China, and then we're gonna change back later. The only annoying thing about actually changing to the Chagatai Khanate is because we actually had to flip through it. We've lost half of our damn traits because apparently this Yulbars Khan isn't the same as this Yulbars Khan. Oh, you gotta love Paradox's Yankee code, huh? Well, the Chagatai Khanate is gone. Now we're just the Empire of China. And again, gonna change when we hit that button later. If you can't tell, I am currently now in the process of working up 4. I also just deleted my entire army because I couldn't be bothered sorting through it. Okay, I'm also just gonna straight up leave the allies as well. I don't want them in my land anymore. I got what I wanted. Goodbye. Boys, we are finally ready to actually put up a bit of a fight in the world. In a world that has actually been very nice to us, I will add, considering the Japanese just decided to give in. But currently, the Soviets are still holding on, even though, South Deutschland over there, absolutely hammering them. Just non-historical things, really. I mean, just look at Europe right now. So I'm going to join this war against me? No. It's making this incredibly difficult to deal with. They've also capitulated to the UK, which that's just perfect. Making it handy for me, though. They're just walking into the land of the Mongolians back for me, because the USSR hasn't joined against me, which means I can get it once they just keep, there you go, walk back into it, and then I walk back into it. We've got ourselves a little deal going on. Still ended up working out for us, I guess. Are you guys going to join against me, though? Because that'd be pretty handy. Well, I guess I'll just do it myself. Obviously gonna have to worry about Khanate, who's still not joined as well, but we got another 80 days for them to make their mind up, quote unquote. Wink wink. They're gonna make it up for you. There you go, they joined in. Perfect. We need to make sure we get all this land before the Soviets capitulate, which is looking pretty soon. Oh well, they capitulated like immediately. Doesn't matter though, because I got every state that I need for the peace conference, and finally we can click the button and get rid of the Empire of China and become the Greater Mongolian Empire. That's right, boys, we're huge. And we're finishing that focus. That will make Yulbars Khan our celestial empire. Isn't it beautiful? I think one of the names you can actually get for this as well, I don't know how you trigger it, is just Greater Yuan as well, but I much prefer Greater Mongolian Empire. I'm gonna roll you, look at that. You can take this even further, technically, if you want to unite the Turks as well. I mean, I could have done that if I probably went to the war with the Soviets quicker, because it's not a lot of land, and it is a bit more core territory, but I would, you know, I'd get a worse name, in my opinion. Yeah, then I'd just be the Turkic Empire, and I don't think it's got as much flair as the Greater Mongolian Empire. Now, I do think this is a pretty fun game. We obviously got incredibly lucky with getting Japan puppeted like that. It made it a lot easier. Also, it probably would have been a lot more fun as well if we didn't have this gigantic super allies. And to think, I was actually scared that the communists were gonna just destroy the world. But no, for some reason they got absolutely destroyed. And I'm still not entirely sure why. And also just, yeah, Austria's just popping off, I guess. I would keep going, but this is all I really wanted to show off with this tag. Definitely a fun one. I recommend giving it a go if you want. Obviously, super overpowered with the amount of cores you can get. Getting those Turkic ones as well, pretty cool. But I'm gonna roll, the coolest thing about it is definitely just, you know, Yulbars Khan and his Greater Mongolian Empire. Either way, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe down below, and check out the sponsor linked in the description. But until next time, goodbye.